How have you been? If you haven't subscribed, commented, liked, shared our YouTube content, please do that right now. I'll give you a break, a minute to do that. Do that right now. Share with someone. This content is really good. You cannot keep it to yourself. Otherwise, how is the new year vibing you, or how are you vibing the new year? We are going to have new things. There is a reason why God created seasons and times. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3 that there is time for everything. Like there is time to sow and there is time to harvest. There is time to cry and there is time to laugh. There is time for every little thing. So I don't know what season you're in as a person, but don't feel bad. Don't bang your head. It is just for a season. It will pass. That's why last year ended. We are in a new year because events happen, life changes, things go on. Yeah, but we are happy. We are here. Thank God you're Charlie Molam. So I want to talk about focus. Focus. For all the life I have lived, the many or little years that I've lived on earth, I have come to realize that the people that have been successful, that are admired, that are quick to success, are very, very focused. It's like they remind themselves every day of who they are, what they want to be, and they keep their goal. And the people who have been successful and drop it, the 1 minute wonders, the one hit wonders, they lose focus. And they probably success knocked them and they weren't ready for it. So when they were knocked, they didn't focus. They went away with the success. So they lose focus, then somehow they don't make it to their goal. But I want to encourage you, the viewers of KLONA Conversation. You can actually be focused in your small little life and you make it in life. The goal is to make it. For the fact that you're still alive, you're still okay, you still have a breath, there is hope. That's what the Bible says. So don't lose hope. Whatever didn't work last year, it's last year, like it's done, gone. So let's focus. So how do you focus? What do I mean by focusing? I don't even know how to say it in Luganda, but focusing is, I would say, I'm like kulemerako kunsonga. And I want to talk about people who are above 15 or like 15 years and above. I'm not talking about children. At that age, you should be focused. If you want to be a scientist, you start focusing on the things that are leading you to the science life. If you want to be a married woman or if you want to be a successful business person, try to do the things that make you successful as a business person. But before that, I want to give you like a step-by-step guide and some encouragement. So when you're bumped up with life, you don't feel like, oh my God, I have to give up this dream and start something else. Well, I have seen people who change courses, but even if you change course, focus where you have decided to go. So what do I mean focus? You can only be focused if you have a goal. In my previous episodes, I talked about goals. So you can only be focused if you have a clear goal or a vision. So what do I mean by a goal? The day your mother and your father gave birth to you, I mean, all they have to do is stewarding. But you have to pave your way out to life. And you can only do that if you have a clear vision and a goal. Atabantabatayina goal and vision bamenya in life. They're like busted tires on any team. If you have a husband who doesn't have a vision, let me tell you, it is the worst thing that you can have. If you have a wife who has no goals and visions, it's the worst thing you can have in life. Anything, business, anything, banange, girls, people wake up. It's time to have something. You cannot keep telling people anything. You're not business, that cannot be life. You need to have a clear goal. It becomes easy for people to help you when you have a goal. It's easy to focus when you have a goal. It is easy to get help when you have a goal and a vision. Everyone who meets you, the Bible says, write your vision clearly on a paper, in Habakkuk, on a paper, and so whoever sees it runs away. It means that even God wants people who have visions. If you don't have any, okay, pray about it. Start sketching for something. Like you need to have something at least this year. have a goal. So what do I mean? There are long-term goals and short-term goals and middle-term goals. So you can have short-term goals, you can have long-term goals, and you can have mid-term goals. You can have short-term goals that are not related to your long-term goals. You can have mid-term goals that are not related to your long-term goal. You can have short-term, mid-term, long-term that are all leading into the same direction. For example, if my goal is to own 30 apartments, say in Chisasi, my short-term goal for this year can be owning land, and I talked about this in another episode. The intermediate goal would be maybe starting my project. Then the 5-year plan, which is a long-term goal, might be owning the 20 apartments in 5 years. Okay, yeah. I think I have dropped a number of people, but yes, okay. Now let's talk about something else. My goal is to own a supermarket on a main road by the end of this year. So my short-term goal is identifying the place. The middle-term goal is maybe sourcing for the money that I need and getting suppliers. Then the long-term, as the year ends, the supermarket should have started. I don't know whether you're getting me, but I hope you are. So I want to encourage you. Set a goal. At least after this YouTube, set a goal, whether it's a short-term or a mid-term or a long-term. You can have a short-term that leads to the mid-term, that leads to the long-term. But at least set the goal. That is step number 1 to being focused and to remain successful and to achieving your goals and to have a clear life so that you don't leave this earth ngatoina na mkululu. You know, you need to have a goal. So after you have gotten the goal, the second thing is it must be smart. What do I mean by a smart goal? This goal you're setting in order to be focused must be smart. Smart, I mean S-M-A-R-T. And each of those letters have a meaning. S means it must be simple. M means it must be measurable, like you can quantify it in terms of money, in terms of time, in terms of units achieved, like how I said, 20 units or 20 apartments in Chisasi. Precise, short, clear, and simple. Don't complicate things. Don't add too much English. But I try. So don't complicate things by adding too many words. Make it simple. Make it achievable. So assess yourself. Will I be able to achieve this goal in the 5 years, in the 3 years, in the 1 year? How achievable is this goal? Is it relevant? That's the R. Is it timely? If I say I want to have 20 apartments this year and we're already in January, I have 12 months to do that. I don't even have a piece of land in Chisasi or in Nangabo. So how do I even achieve that? Is it timely? Is it relevant? Is it measurable? Is it smart? First check out your goal. And then if it qualifies to be smart, then you move to the next step, which is, remember we are talking about being focused. But one of the things, you cannot be focused ngatoina goal, ngatoina vision. So set a vision that is smart. That is rule number 1. Rule number 2, be sure to meet all sorts of distractions as you move towards your goal. The Bible says in Ephesians 6, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. I don't want to talk about the physical, normal things like my cousin is gossiping about my new business. My friends are not supporting me. The Bible says that we fight against powers that we cannot even see. It goes ahead and says powers that rule in the darkness, powers that are zonal, like spiritual powers that distract and break down. And we are in a wrestle, we are in a race, we are in a fight with things we cannot see. So once you set out goals, don't expect that, yeah, I set out the goals, everything will be achievable. My friend, you need to work towards your goals, but well knowing that you're going to be distracted, well knowing that the devil is intending to bring that goal down, because once you achieve, he loses. So you have to pray about your goals. You have to make sure that you do not put your tools down every time you get a distraction. And this is what I mean. I want to give you a clear example. Setting a goal is like setting on a journey, say Mombasa. You're driving from Kampala to Mombasa, and that's your goal. So along the way, you're going to meet different things, different weather areas, good roads and bad roads, the hills and the lows, the corners and the sharps, the bumps and the potholes. Then you will meet, your car might break down, you get tired, you know. All those things happen on your journey to Mombasa. But you know, you don't give up. Your car might break down, you get a mechanic, you plan to travel for 24 hours, you're now going into the third day, you're on the road. Don't give up, you understand? So the road is like the journey to achieving our goals. And on this journey, you're going to meet so many people who are going your direction, who are coming from your direction, who are driving bigger cars than yours, who are driving smaller cars than yours, who need help, you know, who need help, or you might need help. Sometimes you need to take stopovers and recess and reset and refocus. You understand? It's the same thing with achieving goals. Sometimes you need to sit back and say, okay, am I on course? Do I still need to do this? Am I achieving my goal? Or it's not working out, you know? Sometimes you research to refuel. You understand? So like you go on the petrol station, your tank is empty. Maybe you need to go to church and tell God this plan. I thought by this time I should have achieved this. That is how I reset because I'm a Christian. How do you reset? How do you refuel? If you meet a roadblock, say for example at Busia border, where you have to get off your car, go into the authorities, you know, all these things happen in goals. You have to talk to KCCA, you have to get plans for your houses, your business has to be registered with KCCA, you have to do trading licenses. Don't feel overwhelmed because everyone on that journey is going through the same thing. So I want to encourage you that don't give up, get set on a journey, expect distractors, and know that all of those distractors are encouraging you and leading you into the right direction. There are people you will meet coming back from your journey. There are people you meet going with big cars, with small cars. Some even fly. Please, you don't need to fly. Know your means. In other words, I hope you're encouraged. Please stay focused. This year, 2023, we are here to focus. We are here to achieve. We are here to make it, and we'll make it. Wake up, get up, set up. Till next time, bye.